Weekly Vlog Episode 3. Let's talk about what we're gonna do this week. And I'm also gonna call my cardiologist because he was supposed to send my exam to my psychiatrist to get the treatment for my ADHD, and guess what? He didn't. So I have to call his secretary to get my paperwork so that I can have my ADHD treatment, because obviously he didn't do it. Oh God, that's so annoying. Anyway, so I have that to do also today. I'm also gonna have this appointment with the woman that is taking care of me for my degrees, that is gonna assist me and be my tutor's mentor for the exam. So I'm gonna meet her today, video call. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do today, not to mention that I also have to work. But the other week plan that I have is to get back to the gym, because I didn't went one single day last week, so I have to go back to the gym this week. And I also am planning to create 4 doll toy photography crossover, meaning that I'm gonna have photos with Captain America, the Kingdom Hearts cast, Naruto cast, and there is a 4th that I'm wondering what I'm gonna do, but I have 1 week to decide, so we'll see. Maybe Pokemon, because I have some battle ready figure that is kind of 1/12 scales, so it could be a good idea to go with that. We'll see. So I just finished my first customer for a balayage and highlights. This is what I did. Pretty happy with the results. And I was chatting with my family on the WhatsApp group that we have, and my sister just shared an information that it's huge somehow. She said that there is a milk that have been sold in the supermarket, and that brand is calling back their product because it has been contaminated. And she warned us because she know that my mom used that milk and that milk brand. So my mom was like, no, that's okay. It's not the number. It's not mine. And I was like, I drink that milk too. So I went to the fridge and realized that since last week, I've been drinking every day, maybe 2 cups of coffee with milk, with that milk. So I've been poisoning myself since last week. So I just found out that I'm not actually sick. I just had a bacteria from a contaminated milk, and I'm like, the fuck is that? Knowing that this morning I took a cup of coffee with that milk, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. So yeah. What the Just went to the gym. Today was chest day, and I did a little bit of the shoulder. Now I'm heading back to the hair salon, dropping my gym bag, and then going to the mall because I'm needing some bleaching powder and getting ready for the appointment with my mentor. I slept at Sylvan's apartment yesterday after we went to this all-you-can-eat Chinese, Japanese buffet. I know what's the deal with those, but I'm a huge fan of all-you-can-eat Asian buffet. It's al dente. Not really sure that was appropriate to say al dente for Asian food. Anyway, let's move on. I've ordered yesterday a Chelsea Dream House that I want to customize in a Toy Story like dream house, so to say. I've ordered it from Vinted, and I was kind of surprised because there was 2 houses there. One that was cheaper, but that came without any accessories, and one that was a little bit more expensive, but that came with all accessories. And I got the one with all the accessories because when I had to, when I went to the checkout, the one with the less accessories, the shipping cost was so expensive that at the end it was almost as if I got the one with all the accessories. So I just thought, you know what, let's the one with all the accessories, and I'm gonna be able to customize it. So why not? I just love his apartment because if I go to my job by feet, I get to walk inside this amazing park, and I just love it. And I'm thinking that someday I'm gonna take Woody and Buzz to take some photos here because it's just so peaceful, quiet, and I don't know, going to work at the morning and having this little walk is just so cool. Anyway, today is gonna be like full work. I have my planning that is way charged, so I'm gonna do all the hair today. And tonight, I have a friend of mine who asked me if he wanted to play Overcooked. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna focus on drawing the doll and toy photography tomorrow. I still have some photos from Unique that I'm posting currently on my Instagram, so at least there's that. And yeah, let's enjoy the park for a little bit more until I get work. Just got home and now I have to do something that wasn't planned, as always. I've seen on Instagram that Mama Bear, Jenny, Irene, and Ambrosia have created doll events for every 25 of the month, and this time they come up with an idea that goes back to school, focusing on male doll. So I thought I'm gonna have to dress up the boys because, well, I'm still a little bit sick. So why do I have to be so aggressive? I have to dress up the boys because they're all not dressed. Well, I've posted a photo on Instagram today, so you know why. So I have to dress them up so that I can go outside, take a photo, get some props to make sure that it fits the theme that is back to school. And I have like 1 hour to do that because the sun is going down pretty soon. Let's do this. This is what we can call an epic fail. I went out, took my bag, took the dolls, everything that I was needing, even the camera and the mic, to realize once I finally find a spot that was, you know, like there were not that much people there, to realize that I forgot my camera. So I'm guessing that I'm just gonna get back home and do the photo maybe on the balcony. I don't know. I'm so mad. I ended up doing the photo downstairs, so I also received the pizza. Now I'm gonna go to my Nintendo Switch and play a little bit of Overcooked with a friend, so let's cook. And we're Wednesday. I think we're Wednesday. Are we Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday the 27th. So I posted yesterday the photo about the back to school for Boy Doll by Mama Bear Jenny Ambroise. I don't know how to say her name though, and Irene. That was so cool to do. That was really fun to actually join the event, knowing that I haven't been joining that much event in the past. And that was something that I really wanted to do more because it feels like somehow you have the possibility to connect with people. I'm gonna need my cup of coffee. Wait a second. Sorry, boys. Oopsie. Yeah, so I was saying um, that I really love that kind of event to connect with the people and the person that are among the community. Um, Especially Mama Bear Jenny, I really wanted to join her event as well because I've known her from a podcast from Living Plastic Stories. I really clicked with her personality and the person she is. We became friends after that because I followed her story, and we became friends. And it was so cool to join an event because she is the kind of person that will participate to many dollar events, and it was really cool to actually participate to one that she is part of. So yeah, I did that. I've also joined the event from Mimi Doll and Live as a Doll because those two women are just incredible, and I'm so happy that I'm friend with her. And the same goes for Liv. I mean, in the way that she was a cast also, a guest, not a cast, a guest on Living Plastic Stories podcast. And I just loved her episode because she is into witchcraft and stuff and TV shows that I basically loved and grew up with. So we kind of click, and now I just, talk to her a lot, and she's like a friend of mine. And it's just crazy to think about that there are so many people in the community that we can connect to, and somehow we do not. Maybe I'm going to speak on my name, but that I do not engage that much. I'm always having the feeling that I'm a fraud and they're not going to like what I do. And there's also that feeling of, like, the creepiest thing to me is to have someone that will just knock on your door and say, can you and I be friends? I'd love to be your friends, and I just feel like I'm so needy to do that, and it makes me feel like I am a needy person, which is kind of true, by the way. But also, I don't know, there's something that I want to go more towards people and to connect more to people, but also in the same time, I just feel like if I do that, they will just reject me because I have like 112 scales figure. I don't have dolls in the same like mood or direction. Like I don't have rainbow high. Well, I actually have two rainbow highs that I still haven't opened yet. They're still in the box, but I have to do that one day. I do not have like dolls that are Barbies, and I do not photograph them because I have some, but I do not photograph them as much. What I'm trying to say, too long. What I'm trying to say is I just feel like we are the kind of person that don't want to be put in a box, but in the same times we do that with the people, like for example, they're going to be the 112 scales community, but not, entirely 112 scales. There's going to be the miniaturist, there's going to be the dollhouse maker, there's going to be the action figure 112 scales, there's going to be the dolls 112 scales from TB League, for example. And it just feels like whatever you're gonna collect, you have to stick with your kind. And that is just so annoying because I have 112 scale action figure, I have 112 scale TB League, 1/6 scale TB Leagues, I have Barbies, I have a Rainbow High. I do not have any Bratz or Monster High though. But that's not relevant. What I'm saying is that I really wish that we could have more diverse content when it comes to photography, especially in this community, and to be more towards taking interest of someone else's universe, because at the end of the day, for anyone that is not part of the community, we're just freaks and weirdo that collects plastics. No matter the scale, no matter the universe, and I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of a Wednesday thought that I had. I also have to now do the photo because that was the plan at the beginning. I still have my cup and I didn't drink any sip of it. So I do not have any IG. Really, like I'm just there, which is why I'm still sitting on the chair and chatting with you and taking a sip of my coffee. I literally have no idea. What I do know is that I have Bud Light here. I put them back on their uniform. I gave him his jetpack and wings. I have Woody, and there is a terrible accident that just happened because I'm this felt and it was glued, so I have to glue them back to this belt. I also thought of using Goku and Captain America that I have, even though I do not remember where I place his hands. So I'm not gonna just hide it so that way nobody will see that he is actually missing a hand. So yeah, I have no clue of what I'm gonna do with this. Let's hope an IG will just pop. But there is like two schools or two church, depending the saying you have in your country. There is like no energy to do a photo. Truth be told, I really don't want to do any photo. But I know that if I don't want to do something that was originally planned to my schedule, I know that if I skip today, then it's gonna be game over and I'm not gonna touch my dolls or toys or whatever you wanna call it, for maybe days, weeks, months. So I have to force myself to do it, even though I don't really want to do it. But like there is two kind of people in that situation. Those like me right now, who will stick to the main position, which is you said you're gonna do this, and if you don't do this, then you're gonna procrastinate and you're not gonna get back in here. So you gotta force yourself to do it. And there's also another kind of person of people who would be like, if you force yourself, it's not gonna be good. So you better just step back, take a deep breath, and come back when you feel better. Either way, I'm just going to stick with my position and force myself to do a photo. Now I'm gonna wait for tomorrow at work. I have my computer with Photoshop and all that stuff. And I'm gonna edit the photo tomorrow, so I'll be able to post it and to also share with you how I'm gonna edit. I take two photos for one specific reason. There's gonna be one that have all of them reunited in the same picture, and there's gonna be another one that will be just focusing on the two main characters in the front, so that way I'm gonna be able to erase all the doll stand that I'm gonna have on the photo. And voila. So right now I just wanna go and just watch Charmed. I just discovered that the season 4 is available on Amazon Prime Video, and I really wanna watch some Charmed right now. Season 4, The Arrival of Paige. Honeywell. See you tomorrow. I've been doing a photo with Woody, Buzz, and Sangoku, and who was it again? Captain America. I've been editing the photo this morning. This is how my memory goes. Okay, so I thought that I'm gonna do another one, another crossover photo, but I'm gonna use another spot in the apartment to make sure that I have some diversity and not, always doing the photo at the same spot in the same space, because it will feel like a deja vu and I don't want that. So now I'm gonna take the character that I choose for this photo, and I thought I'm gonna use this part here, placing the figure probably around here, and I might need to add some light over there so that I have like a backlight that will come in here. And yeah, now the question is, what's the idea? What's the concept? What am I gonna do? But I think I'm gonna use the fact that there is two stuff here, video games, whatever you're gonna call it. I don't know what's the term in English, but you got the idea. And maybe gives them a miniature of, things to play with. That could be an idea. We got the props and also a mini extra hand. So for that, I will just already plug out, get the new hand. Yes. Yeah, the only problem is that the miniature were made for 1/6 scale, not one. Shit. This keeps happening to me every time that I want to give like a props to put it on the hand. It always pops out the hand and it's not gonna work. Okay, option 2. If the hand doesn't want to cooperate, let's use sticky tack and hope for the best. Something that I haven't thought about is the size of the shelf, because we can see that is a bit, like it. Jesus Christ. We have a saying in French that goes like, the better is the enemy of the good. So do not focus on making something better if good is good enough. I think it can be translated that way. But also you can use what was his name again? Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, who usually said, better done than perfect. So yeah, I never realized that Kyrie is not that flexible. You know what? She might as well she is not that. Jesus. She only have like a single point of articulation here, and the same goes here. It's not even double jointed, and this plastic here, even though it's flexible like this, but somehow it's really hard to pose her. Or maybe I'm being too difficult and picky because I'm used to have double jointed elbow and knees. I don't know. You tell me. So I gave up the idea of them having like controllers and all that stuff because it kept falling apart, and well, it was a little bit too big and heavy for 112, so I just gave up the idea, and it just the concept is basically a bunch of friends hanging out, a bunch of toy friends hanging out in an apartment. That's the photo that I got. And now I just have to edit it so I'll be able to post this. I haven't posted the photo yet of the one that I edited this morning. So I'm gonna do that right now. And it has been rainy all day, and I'm pretty happy because every time that it's rainy, uh, I kind of have this habit to take a bath with salt bath and essential oils and all that stuff. So I'm gonna have such a good time, relaxing and chilling. So yeah, see you tomorrow then. Okay, I had a customer that didn't show up. I tried to call her and she's not answering her phone, which means that I have a few hours that is now becoming, well, empty. I went to the gym, I worked out on my shoulder, really focused on that. And now I'm back. So I prepared myself a milk with coffee because I wanted to take that moment to work on the miniatures, because yesterday I tried to do the photos using 1/6 scale and I have to resize them because I've made the miniature that I've been planning to use using 3D print and repainting it. Well, not repainting it, but just painting it. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna do that again, but downscaling a little bit so that fit a little bit more the 112. And yeah, that's basically the plan. But I've also had a comment on last week video from Blue Himitsu that was really interesting. And I thought that I'm gonna take the time to answer that because he asked about, well, you'll see. But he also talked about the FOMO, and I like the fact that he said, I think when it comes to the whole FOMO thing, people who watch your video also need to take a bit of responsibility for themselves. Ha ha ha. And Buzz is, let's say, tasty. I must admit that his buff hunk body is kind of cool. You're packing so much into your weeks, no wonder you need some rest. The fact is, I just feel like I'm doing nothing on my week. Like every single day when I'm about to go to bed, I'm thinking that I haven't done much today. And it's always like, whatever. It's just something that is interesting to see that we don't have the same perspective, especially when it comes to ourselves. We are our worst judge. Um, I used to have a huge crush on him when I watched the Buzz TV series. I love that TV shows. That cartoon was so good, so funny, and I'm kind of mad that because long story short, Disney Pixar made a TV show based on Buzz Lightyear, and they promoted it early 2000. And the thing is that the intro, you saw the 3D animation where the toys are, reuniting together to watch the TV show together because the toy is based after that TV show. Then they made Buzz Lightyear the movie, saying that, remember that cartoon? You don't remember it? let's pretend it never exists, because this is actually the movie that inspired the toys. And I was like, the cartoon had so much lore to explore, and why not using that? I was kind of mad about that, but anyway, it is what it is. Um, I just got to that part when I was coughing. When do you find the time to edit your video? I wouldn't be able to do it without setting aside a whole day. And so about my process is that I usually film the video and then I'm downloading it directly to my phone while at the end of the day I'm getting back on my train. And I'm using that time when I'm in public transportation, meaning the train, to edit the video, because everything is done on my phone. I'm using CapCut for the edit. It is available on my phone, so I just have to download the video straight to my phone, because the DJI that I'm using as a camera have a Bluetooth system that helps me to connect with my phone and then download the video. Then I'm using CapCut and I edit it day by day so that I don't feel like I need to just have a day to work on that. If I do that system, I'm pretty sure that it's not going to work for me. If I don't work step by step, if I leave it for one day, then I know that this entire day is going to be a source of stress and anxiety, to just think that I have to sit down and work on that for a few hours, while this here just take me about maybe around 20 minutes to do on a daily basis. Remove the noises of the video, adjusting the lighting and all that stuff. And yeah, I just feel like it's more my cup of tea to do it on a daily basis, so that way once it's done, it's done. I don't have to come back to it. And at the end, when Sunday arrives, I take the time to add all the music on Sunday. So it's the final editing post moment, I will say. And then I download it on YouTube. So that's why I'm able to do my regular post on Sunday. I hope that answered the question. But thanks so much for the comment though. Really appreciate it. If you want to leave a comment, you know what it is, because I have the channel to grow. So show some respect, show some love. And if you don't do that, that means you're a homophobic and racist, and you don't want to be a homophobic racist. Support the channel. That was so passive aggressive. I love myself when I'm doing that. Saturday, time to get back home with someone staring at me just like if my genitals had a scent. It's something we call the German stare. Yeah, so it's time to go home. As I said, there's an unboxing that I'm gonna do, because I've been thinking of redo what we did for week 2 for the weekly vlog. I had this playset, the Chelsea playset, that I've repainted, and I realized that it's kind of flat, like there is not that much detail on it as I wish it is, or it were something like that. I hope there is not that much English teacher watching this video though. Yeah, so I thought of doing this again, but more elevated. What the heck? Today is such a day without, a blank space in my head where there's like confusing word in English and stuff like that. So you know what? Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it casual. I wonder if that's something. Anyway, well, not going there. Let's do that unboxing. So for the little context, I found those on Vinted, which is for people who are not from Europe. It's kind of comparable to Facebook Marketplace. People sell stuff they don't use anymore and that they have at home. And there was this seller that had many stuff that I was interested in. And if you buy many stuff from the same person, you get a discount, which is kind of cool. And also they send it everything in the same package, so that's really cool too. So what I'm going to need is Woody and Buzz. Where did I put them? Be right back. And I'm back with the boys. Bring back my girls. Bring back my girls. Okay, so I'm gonna leave them here because there is some stuff that I want to check before. So she had stuff that were that I was interested in. Oh, I'm so sad because it's underneath, and I really wanted to take this for the last part. So I'm sorry, what the fuck? Oh, she probably put those in here. Let's hope so. Let's check this out. So, she had a playset from Chelsea. Not gonna spoil the surprise and ruin it. But what I'm mainly interested in, yes, it's in here. Because she had those Hot Wheels with Woody inspired car. And is it Hot Wheels though? Oh, it probably not is a Hot Wheels though. It says Mattel Hot Wheels, so it's a Hot Wheels Woody. And the Buzz! Look at that! There is also Buzz Lightyear, yay! And I'm so happy because there's like the two of them. So it's a little bit bigger than I thought, so they might not be used. Maybe they're going to be used for props or something. I don't know. I'm going to find a solution for that. But I had them, so at least there's that. And I also got, oh Jesus, it's too big. I thought it will be smaller, but it's not smaller. We have a collection of those mini book from Disney Story that I really thought would be like, you know, the Jesus Christ mini brands book. I thought it will be a bit smaller, but it's not. It's bigger, and it's a Disney Pixar Toy Story book. And you have stories, and it's written in French, so that's pretty cool. But the problem is that it's a bit bigger than I was expecting. But you know, when they say size doesn't matter, you can tell that it's not true. Size do matter. Okay, so we have this, that, and all this. So basically that was mainly the three things that I've ordered from her that are not related to what I'm going to show you now. For the rest of the props, what I wanted to see is if this fit kind of the size, and it's not really fitting at all. It's just a little bit too small. Not that much though, but a little bit too small. The bathtub is definitely too small, but the chair does fit though, and the table. Let's do this properly and not just like on something, which is not the case. Well, I can say that it fits, right? It does. Does it? Yeah, it does. Let's pretend it does. If it doesn't, then just pretend it does. Just lie. You are able to fake an orgasm, so you can fake that. Okay. Now, the pièce de résistance that I've been waiting. Overreact. Really, you don't have to be that much. It's fine. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be fine. I'm super excited, but also super nervous because this is bigger than I thought, which is kind of cool, but also scary because I will have to find a place for that at some point. And that's the Chelsea Dream House. and it's flexible. Do you remember that girl who just do that kind of ASMR stuff, but with cars? Volvo. You know that girl? I don't know. Maybe it's just something that not related. Anyway, why do we waste time for that? Why do you keep bothering me? Okay. So the plan is to repaint everything in here and find a way to make sure that every single room in the apartment or the house fits a Pixar Disney movie related to the room. Like for example, this is the bathroom. So I was thinking, how about making a Finding Nemo, Finding Dory kind of vibes for the bathroom, right? This, I don't know yet. I really don't know. I just see that there is like some balcony stuff, something, I don't know. And there is the elevator that is definitely going to be inspired by Up because it goes to the sky, right? That's noisy. Okay. There is the kitchen that is definitely going to be Ratatouille, clearly. And there is the living room, and I have no idea what's going to be the living room. Oh my God. What I just saw is that there is this little cat hole door, whatever, and no, not this one actually. I got another one from Mattel from Buzz Lightyear the movie, a figure, and Buzz Lightyear came with this little cat that comes in the movie, and I think I'm gonna use that for this little cat. I do have also the last part of the swing though, but I don't know if I'm gonna use it, to be honest, because after all, there is an elevator, so who needs a sling? Is it a sling though? I think sling is... I think sling is not something that you can save for kids. Maybe. And this, I don't know yet what I'm gonna do here with that. Oh, that can, okay. I don't know, it's just, oh. And there's kind of a swimming pool, something, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna leave it that way or if I'm gonna leave it that way. Maybe that way will be cool, so that way there is gonna be a bed for Woody and a bed for Buzz. I don't know, I really don't know. But I will have to repaint everything, so that's next week project. For now, I will have two things to do. First one is to clean all the mess that I've been doing this week, because I'm not going to be alone in the apartment. Well, more, because tomorrow I won't be alone. And the apartment is kind of messy. So I got to do that, clean all the mess that I've done. And leave it for next week. So it gives me time tomorrow to think about the process for repainting. Am I gonna just put it down piece by piece and paint it like I did last week? Am I gonna repaint it this way directly? I don't know yet, but what I do appreciate is that some cards are removable and it's not just like a huge block. Like this one kind of just fit this square here, and it's not for the entire back wall. It's just for this spot here, which is kind of cool because it leaves the space without having to worrying of cutting every part. So that's pretty cool. I haven't even tried to see if the guys fits inside of it. I was super excited by just doing it, and now I'm just running low on sugar, I guess. Can they just stand up in the house? Okay, so this is gonna be complicated. Okay, kinda. He just, yeah. Well, he does fit. He does. I mean, he doesn't anymore. Like, this here, gonna be complicated. Yeah, maybe not inside. Okay. But if he can, well, Buzz Lightyear definitely can. So we know who's going to be the cooker of the place. And what I wanted to know is, what about the bed? Do I have to make some? Yeah, I will definitely have to make some adjustment here because he is not able to stay in bed. So if I do this instead, it works. So this could be a way out. And this also, but the thing is that they're not going to be in the house wearing their uniform. They're going to be in the house, you know, in their casual clothes there. So Woody is a bit taller on his casual body, but it kind of fits. And it definitely doesn't fit. Maybe it's the shoe, maybe. Let's see. It definitely doesn't fit. I don't know. We'll see. You know, it's a work in progress, so we'll find a way. We always find a way. Oops. And it's the wrong fit, of course. Why not? Okay. Where to begin with? Okay. No. It's not today's plan. It's tomorrow's problem, not today. Right now, I have to clean all the mess that I've been making for the entire week, so let's go.